two houses, third and sixth. So third is a pre-conceiving stage. Third is a seed stage. We said it's a seed funding, it's a seed startup, it's a seeding stage. What kind of seeds you are going to buy? What kind of seeds you're going to sow in your brain and around your atmosphere? And Mercury is an extremely sensitive planet. I mean, if you see the metal Mercury as well, extremely unstable. You have seen that metal Mercury with the thermometer, old thermometers,
Yes, sir.
extremely unstable. This is how sensitive Mercury is. You can't eat it. I mean, it's highly poisonous. But the beauty of that Mercury is, as sensitive as it is, like a kid, it is programmable. It's like a clean slate. Now it depends on you what you're going to write on it. You're going to write good things on it. You're going to read good books about your life, or you're going to program it negatively. So the seed depends on you, and how this seed actually works is it works on the stage of propaganda. And this is what the whole world actually runs on. The whole world will tell you, do this and this will happen. They're telling you the actions and they're telling you the result. You go to IIT, you get good money. You get good money, you get good wife. Right? It's a stage. It's a pre-build up they are doing for you. You do this and this will happen. This is what actually the Mercury, this is how the Mercury actually controls you. Now the problem is, most of us, when we do not get anything in our life, we say, why we didn't get it? I mean, I should have got admission in IIT. I should have got this job. I should have got this business. What we don't understand is we are not made for it. And I'm going to tell you the best secret for the dashas. Every chart has a core planet. Understand who you truly are. For example, if you have a Jupiter in Lagna, you're coming from the Jupiterian planet. You're coming from the Jupiterian planet. You represent that quality. One of the shlokas, I mean, yesterday I was reading this book, Brihata Jataka. I hope every one of you have it, right? Brihata Jataka, it's by Varahamir, one of the great scholars. He is the one who wrote, the woman can do Gayatri in Brihat Samhita. So he's one of the greatest scholars. And there's one shloka, and when I read it, I read the commentary, I just kept this book on my head. And I was like, this is the greatest wisdom anyone can give you. So when you read this book, I mean, I've read this book several times. But when you read this book again and again, a time comes when the book will speak back to you. Book knows how I'm going to get you to deliver the wisdom. So one of these shlokas in this particular book says, the planet which is ruling you, the planet which is strongest in the Kendra, sun, moon or Lagna, you take that as an ascendant, and this is from where you are traveling. Based on that planet, it will appear in your appearance. It will show significations in your light, and your whole life will be around this particular planet, because this is a main governing planet. Then comes the planets in the Panfar Bhavs 2, 5, 8, 11. Then comes the Apokilam 3, 6, 9. And this is how the Dasha of Varamir is introduced. See, Varamir never used the Vimshottari Dasha. Varamir used a Dasha based on the strength of planets. And then he gave out the rules for that particular Dasha. And if you want to use it, I will teach it at some point of time within this course. You're free to use it. But where I'm going to, why I'm stressing this on this particular point at this point is, when you're running a dasha of a planet, I mean, if you're born with a Jupiter planet, Mercury planet, Saturn planet, that's your core. This is who you truly are. The more away you go from that core, because somebody else said this will work for you, this is working for everyone else, this will work for you, it is never going to work for you, because that's not what your true core is. I know that I have a Jupiter exalted in Laganam. So I'm made for teaching. I'm just handcrafted for teaching. That's it. That's my work, to give you wisdom. Nothing else. I cannot do anything else in my life. If somebody has a Mars, Saturn, and Lagna, and this is a very classic example. So a person walked into office. He was waiting from since morning, and at about 3:30 when I got free, and I go, okay, show me your chart quickly, then I will go away. He had a Mars, Saturn, and Lagna in Dashansh. It's a Mars, Saturn prominent in D1 chart as well. And I asked him, "Are you in police?" And he said, "No, sir, I'm not in police. I'm a teacher." And I said, "No, this chart is wrong. This is not the chart of a teacher, because I know that how does the chart of a teacher or lecturer should look like." But he said, "I've always wanted to be, and but my father opposed me so much that there was a big fight, and I do job for 2 months, and then I leave for 5 6 months, and I do job for 1 month, and then I leave it. This is what's happening in my life. Tell me, what should I do?" I mean, you are born to be a police officer. Mars, Saturn, Lagna. You're trying to be a teacher who you truly not are, because somebody else told you that this is the best profession for you. It's an easy job. You get to the college, teach for 1 hour, 1 hour, make money. It looks simple, but that teaching is one of the most difficult jobs in the world. You have to make complicated things simple. Then another person came in, and this guy has a Mars Ketu in Lagna. He's asking, till now, what I do is I make people compromise. Basically, I use my influence to get things sorted and make money out of it. But tell me what else I can do in my life. Mars Ketu in Lagna. Disputes. He is born to resolve disputes. Nothing else. You cannot do anything else in life. If you ever wish to do anything else in life, and I told him, I said, whatever else you will do in your life. In the past, I said, somebody is offering me petrol pump. Should I take it? I said, no. It's not a petrol pump chart. A petrol pump chart will have a Saturn Venus in a very good position. You're not born as a petrol pump dealer. Do not go with it. You're born as a dispute solver. Stick to it. Your face will get you the money. Your power, your arms will get you the money. This is who you truly are. This is where you will make money. But the problem is the way you're programming yourself. So Mercury is your programming. And the way the Mercury will get more and more powerful, we start questioning everything, because Mercury is your curiosity. Mercury is the authentic. Mercury never gets the approval stamp, because Mercury is something new. Wherever the Mercury goes in your chart, you will try something new. For example, you see all those beauty products, all those facial features, all everything what a person can do to stay young will have the Mercury in Lagna. The personality who is never being approved, who is never taken seriously. Everyone thinks he's a joker. Mercury goes in second house, family disapproves you. Your way of making money, how you're going to make money, is very questioning. Steve Jobs, Mercury is a second lord, placed in sixth house. Family disowns him. The day he was born, his family gave him away. Mercury is the second lord, but also is a second house malefics in his chart. Mercury goes in ninth house, or a Jupiter comes to Mercurian house. These people say, I have my own religion. I am the god. Osho, Jupiter, third house, exalted, retrograde. What he said? He said, I am the god. And he was very serious about it. He was not joking. He said, who told you that Krishna is God? Krishna himself told him he's God, right? So I'm telling you, I'm the god. Who is going to give you the certificate? So I'm giving myself certificate, I'm the god. Jupiter, third house, exalted, no, sorry, Jupiter, third house, exalted, retrograde. Osho's chart. Anyone who has started new religion, Mercury, ninth house. Anyone who has started cult, Mercury either in the ninth house or either Jupiter in the third house. There's one other astrologer, very senior astrologer. He started his own system. Jupiter third house. He said this system works, and it is absolute there. So here's the Jupiter third house. More powerful it gets, like in Nosha's chart, it gets exalted. So he made his cult very big. If it's debilitated, if it's in bad shape, afflicted, at that point of time, you will say, Mercury is. I do not follow these belief systems because Mercury has only one problem. Mercury says, I will only believe things what I can see. Let me test it first. You say the God exists. Let me test it. If there is any possibility for Mercury to try new things, he will. So when the Dasha of Mercury comes, the person starts questioning. And everything starts with that one question. Why I'm doing this? How I'm going to do this? Why this is relevant? What will happen if I don't do this? And that is why people start telling him, this is wrong. You can't question God, and especially on the religious matters, Mercury third and ninth. You can't say things. Mercury 10th house, a person says we can do things in a new manner. Let me become the trader. Because Mercury, this is what Mercury is. Mercury is a very selfish planet. See, the both Mercury and Moon, they both are traders, right? But the only difference is Mercury is a Vaishya, a complete trader. So he only thinks about himself. What I'm going to get. When Moon does the business, Moon is a Brahmin. So Moon says, okay, I will do business, I will make money out of you, but I'm also going to give you back a lot of things. I'm going to give back to society. I'm going to keep in mind that whatever I'm doing, I'm not harming anyone. So this is the difference between Moon and Mercury as a trader. So whenever the Mercury starts asking questions, people frown upon. That's why Mercury does not have the validity anywhere in the chart. Even when the Mercury is exalted. Mercury is exalted in sign of Virgo. By keeping you pure, that's number one work for Mercury. Mercury. You get sick because of Mercury. Because how you actually get sick is, your physical body is the last part. So there are three ways you can get sick. The first part is your physical body. That you're driving a car, you had a bad accident. That's how you get damage to the body. That's your physical body. A mosquito bites you. That's your physical body. Then comes the emotional body. Emotionally, you're sick. So you are in jealousy. You are not loving enough, and your immune system goes weak, and emotionally start getting weak, and that's why you get sick. And that's why you get diseases like paralysis, Parkinson, where you lose control of your body. Then comes the spiritual diseases. And everything will be visible on the physical body. The work of Mercury is just to clean you on three levels: physical, emotional, spiritual. And that is why I keep on shouting every class I take. Please wake up every morning, do yoga. Please wake up every morning, do yoga. Once you go that on physical level, eventually you will reach to the emotional level. You'll start asking questions. Why I'm not happy today? What is making me troublesome? And I'm telling you though, to get in that mode of panic, to get into that mode of sadness, depression, the only reason is because your desires are way too much. The day you think about, I have everything I need, keep on thinking like this: I have everything I need. You become happier and happier. So that is why one of the remedies I prescribe people like, there was a chart, and this is a very classic example of a 8-year-old girl. 2 days back in the morning, I opened my emails and I saw a 8-year-old girl is extremely sick. And I said, okay, let me try to help her. She had a 10th house Mercury Aries in a Kendram Yoga. So I know her Mercury is afflicted, but no, sorry. She had Karka Lagna, Moon in 10th house, Moon in 10th house, Aries sign, Kendram Yoga. So I know her moon is well placed because Lagan Lord in 10th house is extremely good. The only problem is it's not getting support. She's running the Antardasha of Mercury Rahu. Rahu and Mercury. Moon, Rahu, Mercury. This is the sequence she's running. Mercury is exalted in third house with Rahu. Now, what is actually happening here is because Moon and Mercury are in 6-8 positions. So one has to win. Remember what we learned in the essential course? When two planets are in 6-8 positions, one of them has to win. One of them has to give up. The Moon is the ascendant lord. Moon is the physical body as well. Moon is your emotional body as well. Moon is going in depression, isolation. So the girl has quit studies. Mercury is a karka for studies. The girl has quit studies, has left school, is not able to talk. So all the remedies I've given to her, one of the remedies was to let her go for the panchakarma. Let her body get clean. Because once your physical body get clean, on a physical level, the stomach gets clean. You go for that, abhyank, that shirobasti and different types of procedures. You go through that in 5-7 days. And when you're lying in that room, in that dark room, and things are happening to you, you feel like, okay, what I'm doing here? You have a lot of patience. You can't use your phone. There's nobody to disturb you. And that's kind of enlightenment happening to you. So once in a year, at least go for that cleansing, at least on physical level. Then you start going on emotional cleansing. How you do emotional cleansing is to by reading books, is by listening to your poets, is by watching your favorite shows, which does not have toxicity. For example, there's a new series I started watching that for one episode, and in the midway, I said, it's too much tension in there. Why to watch it? The police inspector is trying to catch a thief. And I said, why is working? Why is not doing his job 9 to 5, go back home, sit, relax, and enjoy with kids? Why is wasting his life in doing things which will not matter at all? But that's what the theme of the show was, to catch the thieves. When your Mercury gets better, you start going in that mode that you start taking care of yourself on every level. That even to watch a show or to read a book or to do any activity, you will say, I will focus on myself. That's selfishness. So if you don't want to do selfishness, please do it with yourself. I tell you what people with good Mercury do. They will be blunt about their time, that I do not have time to meet you. Sorry, thank you. I do not owe you anything. Thank you. Do not give guilt to me, because guilt is a very powerful weapon. Like in India, they give you guilt for skin tone. And if you open anytime TV, they say, you're black, you're fat, you're thin, you're this, buy this. Basically, this is what's happening. That's what the story and agenda is. And the moment you stop taking guilt, you stop buying products. And then you do what you actually feel like. And this is what the real freedom and wisdom is. This is what Mercury does to you. So if you want to be selfish, please be selfish about your body. Please be selfish about your time. How you're going to invest it. The more you get selfish about yourself, people will start understanding. And one side effect will happen with every one of you, that you will be alone. You will not have friends. You will not have much of the family left. Because now people will realize you have your own life to carry on with. Like every morning, wake up, do the yoga, give 2 hours to yourself, do 1 hour yoga, do 1 hour meditation. You're sorted. That's your best remedy for Mercury. And that 1 hour meditation, I just keep asking yourself, what else I can do in my life to be happier? What else do I wanted to do when I was a kid? The more you ask questions now, the more weird ideas will come out. And then you'll say, okay, I can do this. Because as you grow, imagine this 15 years back, if you had money, this much money, which you have right now, what you could have done. I could have bought a lot of chocolates, and I still do. I used to do that when I used to go visit on ship. I used to carry boxes of chocolates because this is what I always wanted to do when we will I will have money. So what I will do, I will have chocolates. Even I will not eat them. I will give it to everyone else, and that will give me happiness. But the thing is, you need to ask yourself questions. What will make me happier? Because Mercury will find a way to raise a doubt in your mind and then create trouble out of it. 3 6, and then it will make an agenda that why I'm not happening, why this is not happening, why this is not happening. I mean, you cannot control the universe until unless you control yourself. So start controlling yourself first. The universe will get in control. Another thing, Mercury is a shabda. I always say name holds all the energies, like Magali, right? Mars and Moon. Very simple, very powerful woman. But there's a lot of emotions behind it. There's a lot of what do you call, background of Mercury Moon in the chart. Mercury Moon Mars. This is what's happening in the chart. Sonal again Moon, but starts with Saturn. When you start chanting mantras, like whatever problem you're going through in your life, chant that mantra, like Krishna mantra, right? Even if you do not want to go with the difficult way. And I can tell you, I do this every day, every morning. Like tomorrow is Sakranti, right? Tomorrow the sun is transiting through Virgo. So that's a very good day to pacify Mercury because the king is entering Virgo. And when the king enters Virgo means king is telling you, I'm here to sort out things. Tell me what's wrong. That's the best way. I mean, when the cosmos powerhouse is entering into a sign, that's the best way to do the remedy that month. So every morning, if you ever want fame in your life, if you ever want that your thinking pattern should go beyond a level, if you ever want that you should get insights about how universe is actually working, please do the Gayatri Havan daily. See, when you do the mantra, that's one of it, right? That's one level. When you add fire to it, that's another level. It amplifies it. So anything you want, one ahuti will cover 1,000 jap. So if you want to do 1 lakh jap, do it in Sankranti night or Sankranti morning. Only 11 ahutis I'm asking you. So buy a mud bowl. This is what I've done because I know in household getting the complete havan kun is a bit difficult. So you know get a mud pot. Only 11 ahutis a day for Gayatri Havan. And you will start seeing that the energy of the house changes. Because what's happening is a burning fire with a mantra in it. You're taking shower, chant mantra. You're adding water to it. You're drinking water, add mantra to it. You are eating food, add mantra to it. Very simple. Just 3 Gayatris before you eat food. 1 Gayatri before you take shower. More you chant on Gayatri, you'll see 3 to 6 days, you can see the energy has changed completely. Because Mercury in signs 3 and 6. When people say, they're troubled by small things, that is means their Mercury is extremely low because they're getting so extremely sensitive. Mercury makes short-term goals, and one of the shloks says, well, the reason why I ask Mercury in Aries or Scorpio, or Mercury with the Ketu or Mars, one of the shloks of the Brihati Jataka says, Mercury in Aries is gambler, atheist, does not believe in God, do cruel things. This is what Mercury, and this is extreme of it. And I'm going to show you a chart. After that, I tested on like 50 charts, and I found it to a quite extent. Whenever the Mercury is with Ketu, Mercury is whether Mars, Mercury is in Aries or Scorpio, there's a problem of gambling. taking risk, because Mercury is how deeply you can think. So how does Mercury thinks in Aries sign? Aries is a physical body, extremely high energy. So Mercury in Aries sign thinks, let's do it without thinking. So it is thinking on a physical level only. Mercury and Jupiter in signs is thinking, I will think about my family, my traditions, and then I will make judgment of it. It has still some kind of a weight to it because it's the Jupiter inside. But Mercury in Aries and Ketu, Aries and Scorpio, it is extremely quick to make decisions, and that's why the witty humor, comedian, they react to everything very quickly, high metabolism. So there was a king who was born with Mercury, Mercury, Mars, volatile and acts. Yes, that's what true. So there was one king, king of Lemon. His nickname was King of Lemon. He had Mercury in Aries sign. George, I think Bill Gates, Mars, Mercury exactly at the same degree conjuncted, and he said, I am not. Just give me 1 second. Two different dashas, how they're going to combine to make, because it's a very interesting chart. What happened with this king is he was in love with someone, but he belongs to royal family. So the family said, you can't marry this girl. I don't remember the name of that classic, but that classic said, fifth and seventh lord will be a love marriage until and unless sun is in 11th house. And his chart, sun was in 11th house. And I said, okay, this dictum fit in perfectly. And then you can see what he did. He went into exile, and he went into kind of a depression, gambling, living with different women. And this is where the life went extremely down because of that one love affair. And I was reading it as a love story. Then I searched for him, why this thing happened for this particular person. And what made him so sad that, that he was in love with this woman so badly that he was not able to accept anyone else in his life. So let us look at that chart and then I will move further.